On my front steps, I have these candle glow bulbs by Tru-Tone, and they're awesome. They're LED bulbs that have an incandescent look, and they're amazing. But the thing is, they're really bright. So today, I have a dimmer that I have from my backyard that I have on my patio lights. So we're gonna hook these up to the dimmer to see if at night I can bring them down a little bit so they're not as bright. We're also gonna see how well they do if I connect them to some incandescent lights, and we'll do some tests to see how well the Tru-Tone bulbs will dim. So here I have my dimmer. I got this off Amazon. It's by a brand called Tuya. I've been using it in my backyard for my patio lights, which has worked really well. I've used them for mostly incandescent bulbs in the backyard, so I haven't had any issues with that. But it runs on an app that I've been setting up this morning, because I had to redo it, and it can set up the times when it turns off and when it turns on. You can have it turn on when it's raining, you can have it turn on when it's snowing, so it uses the Wi-Fi to connect the internet and some sort of cloud thing to know the weather, where you're at, that kind of stuff. But it works, so it's pretty easy. You have to just make sure it's on normal internet, not 5G. Let's plug in some of my incandescent bulbs. This is a set from the 90s that I took from my dad when I went home for Christmas. So we'll turn these on, and look how dark. So I think these are like triple dipped bulb, because they're a lot darker than normal. These are incandescent. It has the light. I'm gonna go turn off my light real quick. Maybe I can do like a cool transition. Did that work? All right, so here are the incandescent bulbs. These are C9s. And with the app, it's pretty simple. You just have to use the dimmer and go back and forth. And there's a button to do LED or incandescent. So we're gonna switch it to incandescent for what I'm doing right now. And let's see how that works. So this is brightness all the way up. As you can see, it dims down. That's why it was dark a little bit ago. And it dims all the way up. No issues there. So we have some cool blue, green. These are old bulbs, and they're chipping the colors on that. So even the old ones, there's a purple. I don't have any cool purple like that. But you can tell that these are incandescent, they get warm. So now I have another set of incandescent that I got at Christmas, and we'll just real quick put these on the dimmer. And then I have my Tru-Tone bulbs, and we'll see how that works. One of the cool things I like about this dimmer is that it has two plugins, so you can plug in two. So here, there's 50% all the way down and all the way up. So it works pretty well. So now what I haven't done is put any of my Tru-Tones on dimmers. So let's unplug both of these, and let's just do the Tru-Tone Classy Color lights. And these are them all the way on. So all the way on right there. And now I'm gonna change the setting, or let's leave it. So it's on LED right now. So let's check what happens when I put it down. There it goes. So the minimum is off. There we go, we have dim, a little bit brighter, and all the way on. I don't see any issues with it being, so 70 and 100 is about the same on this dimmer. Kind of starts to change about 50%, I start to see it dim. So from 100 to about 65, there's not much of a change. There's a change there, but I can dim it all the way down. And when you dim it to 25%, you can see the blues are a little bit darker. The oranges are still very bright. The white is still, I like the white. It kind of makes the white less, stand out less. And then the red, there you go, and there's all the way off. So there is a setting where you can change the dimmer range, and that's if it's flashing or going off during operation, but I don't have any of that. I can go up and down, and it's not going off or doing anything once I set it to what I want. So let's use the other side, or there's the LED, and now let's plug in some incandescent on the other side and see what happens. So there's the C9s, and here's the Tru-Tone. Look how much brighter the Tru-Tone is. You can just tell that the Tru-Tone's brighter, but these I think are triple dipped, which I've learned about. And then let's go down. So if I start to dim, see these dim quicker. So they're going down faster. Instantly, the incandescent lights start going down, and the Tru-Tone ones are right there. So there's definitely more light from the Tru-Tone. If we cover that up, there's more light from the Tru-Tone right here than there is from the Incandescent, which is why I wanted to put a dimmer on mine outside so that they will not be as bright, because I just have the candle glow on my steps. So we'll go out in a little bit and we'll change all those and we'll see what it looks like with the candle glow. But the lights are definitely dimming. I don't have any issues with that. So that's pretty cool. So if you wanted to know and see how the Tru-Tone would dim versus the Incandescent, I would say they're dimming great. You know, they stay bright for a while until you get to about half on this dimmer that I have, which is nice to have 2 plugins. And it goes all the way down. And there you go. So let's turn this light off completely and we'll see what happens. So here it is in the complete dark. So all the way on bright. Now we can get a comparison. They go down, see how, look how much faster the Incandescent dim. But I really like if I can make the Tru-Tones a little less bright. And so bright to dim, working pretty well. We'll see if there's flicker on the camera. So I believe the Tru-Tone is 60 Hertz, not 120, or a little bit more flicker. But like I said, I can't find too many issues. I haven't had any issues when a Tru-Tone on my house and thinking they're dimming. Not like some really cheap bulbs that I have. So there's definitely more range on the Incandescent, but the Tru-Tone definitely dim very well. All right, let's go outside and see what this dimmer will do with the candle tone, and we'll see how it looks at night versus all the way on versus finding a spot where I think will look good, where it's not so bright and dimmed on my front steps that I'm gonna leave on year round. We're outside now, we'll come back tonight and test it. But so here's the timer I have right now. It's just a basic sensor that will turn on for 2, 4, 6 hours or all night, or all the time, or dusk to dawn with a little timer. Works well, but I wanna be able to dim the lights. So here's my Tuya dimmer. I'm gonna put it right there. And because I have 2 plugins, I have 1 plugin that goes to one side of my steps, right there, and 1 side that goes to the other. And I set this to turn on every day at 8 o'clock, and it'll turn off at 7 in the morning, because for the summertime. And then I'm gonna come back in a little bit and we'll check the dimmer so that they're not so bright, and we'll see how well it works. But there, it looks good. I'm gonna actually raise it 1 more for now, so that the bottom at least is not sitting on the ground to be out of the water. So it's evening right now, and we're gonna turn on the Tru-Tone candle glow bulbs. These are what I have on my house all the time, so let's start the dimmer up. Here we go, we're at about 25%. Gonna keep going till about 50% right here, and then we'll go all the way to 100. So as you can see, 100 is really, really bright. So this is why I wanted to put a dimmer on these, because I just have the candle glow. They're just too bright all night. So let's bring them down a little bit, and I think I'm gonna put them about, that's 50%. So 100 to 50 right there is a little bit less. But like I said earlier, 100 to 75 really doesn't change. This is going from 100 to 75 right here, and there's no difference. So I have to be at least 50, but I'm gonna go a little bit less. Probably about there. I think that's a little less bright and a little more calming just on the front of my house for this time of year. So that's about 48% right there. So we'll see how that works. Thanks for watching.